I've been dreaming of a true love's kiss. We chose different notes, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Well,
It was harmony.
It's a harmony.
I heard it.
Anything's harmony if you just put two notes together.
In my ears, that's correct.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Halloween, but it won't be by the time this episode comes out, but that's not why Rick is wearing a
No,
mask.
it's not why I'm wearing this mask.
I hate it the more I look at you.
Good.
Yeah,
It's very unsettling.
We're recording
should
this the
be.
day after the Dodgers won. Garrick's in full. I told him before the episode recorded that this won't make sense for people listening. He said, yeah. And then as soon as we started recording, he pulled his mask down.
Pulled the mask down. I'm not gonna speak through this the whole time, but I just wanted the people on the video to see this. But yes, the Dodgers did win.
You fucking
This is the
dork.
first time that we've won a full season since 1988. So it's the first time in my lifetime
Wow.
that.
So you're not counting the other World Series?
It's the first full season.
Okay.
And it's the first time they get a parade.
Hey, we like that.
We love a parade.
Didn't everyone burn those buses?
Yeah,
I thought you just lifted your leg to fart.
I did.
Oh, okay.
You didn't hear it?
No, I heard it.
Okay. You smell it?
I better not.
It was a chair.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's Amy Adams Day here at the podcast
transition.
because we're talking about Enchanted. We're talking about Amy Adams.
Yeah, we
We're
are.
talking about James Marsden.
Oh my
We're
God.
talking about
McDreamy.
Pat Dempsey.
McDreamy, McSteamin over here.
P.
P. Deemy.
Deemy. Yeah.
P. Dreamy.
Yeah.
A little too
Almost.
close.
A little too close. It's still
I
too
think we
close.
haven't gotten far enough.
I was definitely
Can't
gonna
wait for that doc series.
definitely
am I right?
heard P. Deemy in my head, and I was like, I don't know if I want to say that. Let's just go
quickly,
P.
though,
Demps.
like the fact that Netflix already bought
Oh yeah.
this series
Yeah.
that is executive produced by 50 Cent
Yeah.
is the best level of petty.
Yeah. 50 Cent has been hating on P. Diddy for years. Anyway, we're talking about Enchanted.
Yeah,
the
I
show,
just had to throw that.
the
Get a little
movie.
doc head over here. You know me.
Yeah.
Reality.
I'm going to admit something out the gate here,
Yeah.
and I know this
I'm
is
tacking
true
my
for you
tendrils
as
in.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started this movie, and I went, man, I'm so excited to rewatch this movie.
Yeah.
And then it started, and I went, I've
never seen this movie. Like I don't
You
know.
too?
No.
Oh, none of us had seen this?
No, I thought I saw this movie
100
times, but it was maybe it was the show that we're thinking of.
What show?
There was a show for a long time. I don't know if it was called Enchanted, but it was about this premise essentially with of like it was just fairy tale lore in a real world.
Oh. Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time.
It was a TV show, and boy, that shit slapped.
It
for like
slapped.
2 seasons.
It went hard.
And then you run out of fairy tale juice.
Yeah.
You're like, we did it.
It
I
happens.
hate when I run out of my fairy tale juice.
Yeah.
My fairy dust.
How do I get more fairy tale juice?
I
You
can
see
get it
that
for you. I know a
chipmunk
guy.
over there? Just jerk him
Milk
off
him?
a little
Oh.
bit. Sorry.
That's how you get that juice, man. I guess I get why I hadn't seen this movie.
Right.
When I think about when it came out and where I was in my life, sure, but
09?
7.
07.
yeah,
Damn.
I was
like,
studying for the SATs.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been very memeified, maybe the songs, maybe the imagery from it. Like I very distinctly remember Amy Adams in a big white poofy dress singing in Central Park, which that didn't even happen. But in my mind, what's that called? Schrodinger's effect.
Bernstein Bears or whatever.
Bernstein
that thing.
Bears.
Oh, the Mandela effect.
Mandela effect.
Yeah.
So in my
There
head,
was
I've
a
seen
shot
it.
of her running through Central Park.
Yes.
She did.
She did sing, but it wasn't in the white wedding dress.
Ah,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
So we're gonna be
Are you
talking.
thinking of Spider-Man 2?
probably.
The end of Spider-Man 2, she's running in a wedding dress.
Yep, that's it.
End of Spider-Man 2, she is in the wedding dress and says, "Go get him, Tiger."
Oof. And that ripped
Wife
in the
material.
theater. Ripped. It's just like, she finally said it. Anyway, sorry.
Tiger.
She called him Tiger.
Was that a moment fans were waiting for?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, today we're going to talk about Enchanted, and this is going to be a unique one because we're talking about something that might be a love of yours, and we're talking about it for the first time. This is
Wow.
us as newcomers coming in to a modern nostalgic fave.
Wow, that's actually rare. I feel like we haven't done this really that often.
Right. We're just like.
Usually
wait,
one of us is
yeah.
like fucking going hard.
Yeah, kids of the
This is a Rainie
2007s.
wreck.
This was, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I loved it.
You've
when
seen
I was,
it?
Yeah. When I was little.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm curious what you guys think.
It's so funny that this was geared towards children because it's pretty mature.
Yeah.
I was shocked that this was a fucking Disney movie.
It's a PG Disney movie.
Well, it's super interesting, and I'm actually excited to hear about the lore behind it when we get to the fun facts at the end, because this feels like a spec script that then Disney's like, actually, we're taking this.
This is ours.
It has the vibe of someone that's like, oh, I'm going to make like a modern meta take on Disney fairy tales, the anti-princess story. I mean, it is a princess who bucks Prince Charming and goes into the real world. Like, that's a great spec script idea.
Yeah.
But then Disney was like, no, actually, we can lean in and we can do this.
Yeah, we could just knock this one out of the park. Do you know who wrote it?
Well, I did see that Barry Sonnenfeld produced it, so I wonder.
Barry Sonnenfeld?
He is a excellent DP turned director, made Men in Black.
Oh, cool.
This was written by Bill Kelly, and he is best known for writing Enchanted.
Okay.
He has 3 credits to his filmography, including, this is a fucking heater, Blast from the Past, starring Brendan Fraser and Alicia Silverstone, the movie where his parents put him in like a nuclear bomb shelter underground.
And he comes
and
out.
he lives there his whole life and then comes out and he like lives like from the 1960s.
Very Kimmy Schmidt
Crazy.
like. No, I mean, of course she probably took it from that, but.
Are you going to give a long line synopsis? Because I have a theory that I really think you're going to like.
Okay,
Oh,
I love
boy.
this. Let's dive right in. Enchanted stars.
Good dive. The G
Yeah, he
is
did
silent.
say good dive.
Godiva right in.
The G is silent and dive.
I'm going to need you to say Godiva right in every week now.
Can we get a Godiva sponsorship?
Yeah.
That would be
Do
fucking
you think
huge.
Godiva's ever made a sponsorship for anything
They never
ever?
need to.
I'm sorry.
how
There's
does
a
Godiva make
brand
money?
called Godiva.
Godiva.
Are you kidding?
Chocolate.
Godiva chocolate?
It's like the fancy ass chocolate.
The most expensive mall
now
chocolate?
we're doing an ad.
Yeah. Oh shit. No.
You don't know what...
Well,
bitch,
how much does it cost?
It's expensive. And here's the kicker.
Garrick, if you want the
It's not that
finest gift
good.
for your
Yeah.
loved ones this holiday
Oh
season,
my.
you
Okay.
go onto
Godiva.
you get Godiva chocolate.
Wait,
Okay.
I'm shocked. You don't know this brand right here?
A little bit, but I just don't know the name. I guess.
Have you
How do
never
I
been
know
to
the
the
name? I
mall
guess-
in
yeah,
the
Yeah, I've been to the
2000s?
mall. I've seen. I recognize the box. I recognize like the.
They
the
dipped
foiled
chocolate strawberries in front of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I recognize all that stuff. I just don't know the name.
It was after Lady Godiva. She had her
Lady
breasticles out.
Godiva, children at your
Goodbye.
feet.
Goodbye.
Well, let's Godiva right in.
Nice.
Sponsored by Amy Adams, the great, stars as Giselle. She is an animated Disney princess who lives in the magical land of
Anastasia. It
Anafalda,
sounds like Anastasia or
Philip Aldi.
close.
who lives in the magical land of Andalasia.
That's what I said.
We were so close.
Insane.
She is a full-on animated Disney princess. She's been dreaming of a true love's kiss. She sings it, and her song is met by Prince Edward. They're gonna get married, but the evil Queen Nerissa wants Edward all to herself. So she pushes our princess down a well where Giselle finds herself in the magical land of New York City. Giselle finds herself in New York where she runs into McDreamy himself, Patrick Dempsey, who plays Robert. And
Bobby boy.
he's a divorce lawyer who doesn't believe in love anymore.
Classic.
Well, she's a lost princess who believes in love. They have a funny relationship, and she's waiting for the prince, but starting to develop feelings for this McDreamy fella. Single father, we know we like that.
We do
Yeah.
love those.
Is
time.
Giselle going to find her prince, or has she already found him?
You forgot the most important part, which is that when she lands in New York City, she becomes a real life human being.
Yeah.
Kind of the hook of the film.
Yeah,
Right.
she's
It's
still
just a
huge
cartoon that
person. Yeah,
becomes
yeah.
A
Amy
real
Adams
person.
human.
The
Yeah.
hugest like twist is that it starts off animated and ends. The whole movie is with Amy Adams. I'm sorry.
Okay, let me pose a theory.
No,
Yeah.
I have to finish.
Oh, you're not done?
This is
Oh.
Enchanted.
There it is.
I'm stoked to hear your theory because normally I'm the theory boy.
Okay, yeah, I know. I got my tinfoil hat on for this one
Yeah.
because I'm sure you guys felt this watching it. You're like, I feel like I've seen this maybe before, or like parts of this story feel very stereotypically like princess moment on a big journey to find love, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is it about this princess that's got me remembering things? And it's when she started doing her little song and dance with the bird animals in the beginning, when she's and I'm going,
Are you trying to make a Shrek?
And then I realized, wait, she's a woman who believes in love but hasn't found her Prince Charming yet. She thinks it's one guy. She gets turned into something else.
Put the organs on. Put the organs on behind it. She's preaching.
She has to see that when she goes and meets Patrick Dempsey, he's a grumpy, disgusting
We
guy.
found the title. Enchanted is Shrek.
Yeah, let's go.
Saying, this was giving everything about it was Shrek.
Yeah,
That's
it is Shrek.
really
She
funny.
is Princess Fiona.
It is the exact same plot, just from Princess Fiona's perspective.
She's like all happy-go-lucky, like it's all flowers, and he's like, not everything's a fairy tale princess.
Yep, he's grumpy, but it's instead of a Scottish accent, Welsh accent, it is New York.
Yes. And I just kept thinking, like, evil witch that wants her to marry the son. Like, it was dragon. There was a dragon.
Mm-hmm. Shit. I'm gonna have a hard time arguing. If you're gonna do a postmodern fairy tale, you stepping into Shrek swamp now, buddy.
Yeah.
This obviously, as a postmodern fairy tale, you get a lot of allusions to the fairy tales of old, which Shrek also drawed on. So you got
Shrek just fucking kicked the door down.
You guys want to talk about Shrek for the rest of the episode?
Yeah, let's just talk about that.
it.
Because it just makes it like everything it's really beautiful, I feel like, but everything is going to be compared to it. Past
Shrek walked so that Shrek could run.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
By the way, I watched clips from Puss in Boots 2 today, just like during lunch. I was like, wow, this movie's so good.
If anyone wants to know what Zach is doing,
I'm really busy, but I did take time to be like, hey, Keith, come check out the opening of Puss in Boots 2. This movie's awesome.
Yeah.
You have the poison apple, the evil godmother, the mirror on the wall motif. Stepmother. Well, you're right.
Yeah.
The evil queen who doesn't want anyone
that's not the trope.
younger, more beautiful than her. You have her sing to woodland creatures who help her make dresses and all that. So yeah, lots of
Falls
the old
down a well.
standards.
Yeah.
Oh.
It also feels like because when did Shrek come out?
2001, I believe. 2000?
Okay, 2000. So, never mind. I was thinking that Shrek came out a little bit earlier or a little bit later, and this came out a little bit earlier. So it's like, they're writing it around the same time.
Well, that's just what I was thinking.
Shrek 2 had already come out.
DreamWorks had this postmodern fairy tale, and I think Disney was like,
we need
we
one.
could do that.
Yeah.
Well, and also Disney's like, excuse me, if someone's gonna make a postmodern fairy tale, we're the ones
fucking
that
us.
own all. Like, you don't get to make fun of us.
Yeah.
We make fun of us.
Yeah. And
we
then,
did it. Yeah.
but then also you have people like reading over your shoulder saying, hey, don't make fun of us that much.
Yeah.
And so you tone it down a
Yeah,
little
you
bit.
tone it way the fuck down.
Yeah, but if you're DreamWorks, you're just like, fuck it. Like, they suck.
Yeah.
Amy Adams is one of those actresses that we know is generational. It's kind of become a running meme that, like, how is she not won an Oscar yet?
That is fucked up.
She's just great. She's a great actress, and she commits to this role.
The commitment is insane. Yeah,
Was this
truly.
what put her on the map?
It might have been.
so.
This is probably, this
So
has
she
to be a
looked
breakthrough
like
role.
a little bit of if you know what I'm saying. She looked a little bit
Oh my god.
She looked a little bit before 4.
Yeah, so I mean, if you look at
What is
her,
before?
she's
looked like-
saying plastic surgery.
Yeah.
So if you look at her career, this was definitely her breakout, because you have her first major role was in Catch Me If You Can.
I don't remember her.
Yeah,
from
people
that.
she's like the childhood sweet or not. She's like the first person that falls in love with Leo, if I remember. Like she's like
Oh, was it? Yeah. Isn't she?
she's like a kid in that movie. But
Yeah,
so is
she's
he.
like really young.
Yeah.
Great
Then
movie.
her like break onto the Hollywood scene was a indie movie called Junebug in 2005, which she received her first nomination for.
Oh.
It was like this indie film that busted onto the scene. So this
Never
came
heard of
2
it.
years later, Enchanted, and then
What?
we hit the Amy Adams role.
Yes.
You got Doubt, The Fighter,
Oh,
The Master.
fuck.
She gets into the DCU as Lois Lane, American Hustle, Big Eyes. Then she's just like, hey,
Big Eyes.
I'm fucking here. So this was like her explosion moment.
Yeah, this really was, because I remember being like, this is not Isla Fisher. And this was the moment that everyone was like, Borat's wife is a new movie.
No. Actually, Jim's ex-girlfriend from The Office. She was also in The Office.
Got it.
Jim's ex-girlfriend from The Office.
Yeah. He dates her in like season 1 or season 2.
Okay.
And then he's clearly more into Pam. And
yeah.
I think they're on a date on the boat when Jim comes back and then kisses Pam at the office.
Oh.
The thing about Amy Adams is like this. Would you think that actually doing a role like this would be a lot easier because you can be so ridiculous and over the top? I was thinking about that when I was watching it. Like, I think I could fucking nail a Disney princess because you're just like, and like, you just watch. Is it easier?
You get to be like, I don't know if it's easier, but it plays into the foundation that you built playing pretend as a child. Where
your
like
inner child comes out.
Yeah, your inner child comes out, and you get to be like bigger, and that's why you like started doing theater in the first place, because I get to be the grandest version of a character.
So people in the back can see ya.
So you can see and you project and all that, and they're just like, could you just do that again? Could you just do a school play while everybody looks at you?
It reminds me of like it's someone playing a child. She has the emotional intelligence of a child.
Yeah.
Fair.
She's new to the world. She's never been in New York before. She doesn't understand how subways or buses work. And James Marsden thinks that the bus is a tin dragon or something, right? I think he calls it Steel Monster. Steel Beast. Thank you. But what I do think makes performances like this good is when you believe them, when you care about them, and when you remember, as we said before, the commitment. To say, I'm going to be this, stupid, wide-eyed, earnest person, and I'm going to play it earnestly. It's a hard thing to do.
It's giving Elf.
Yes, for sure.
Backdrop of Elf,
absolutely.
where you're just like, I can't help but love this person because they never stood a chance being dropped in the big city. Like, this place will eat you alive. They just said, what are the most opposite of opposites? He's going to be a lawyer that does divorce, like, gonna be dating Idina Menzel for fuck's sake, which I was pleasantly
very
surprised
shocking
to see her in here.
Yeah, it kind of felt like she was in the movie because she was on Broadway already, and she was like, "No, I got to do these Broadway things, but I'll be in your little."
They were like, "We need to
use
Times Square as a location." She was like, "Oh, I can give you permission to use this billboard.
I own this area."
I did like that they didn't make her, because when they said she's gonna be your stepmom, I was like, "Oh, here comes the evil stepmom trope." No, Idina was like a great, cute, lovely, wonderful person.
Yeah.
Insane, by the way, that Idina Menzel is in this movie and does not sing. It's a musical.
I was crying. It was like, we're just throwing things
that
around the river. You just throw that down the river, like
it's like putting The Rock in a movie and putting him in an oversized T-shirt.
Yeah.
Where he's not here for his fucking acting. Show me the muscles.
Yeah.
It's like putting Vin Diesel in a movie and he doesn't get to go vroom vroom
and
familia.
He's not in a car.
Pew pew
It's like putting Shrek in a movie and I don't get to see dad ass. It's like putting
Go on. Keep going. This is
Goofy in a movie and you don't get to see that ass. Yeah.
It is like having Ohtani on your team and saying, "Warm the bench, buddy." Dodgers reference.
Was that a Dodger? Okay.
That was a Dodger reference.
It's like inviting Christy Yamaguchi to the beach.
Yeah.
Let her to the ice rink.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
She only wears ice skates.
That
she
weirdly
does not
worked.
like warm weather.
It was stupid, but it worked.
She's a cold girl.
We're done.
Like, okay. But it's crazy to me. It's like putting Beyonce in a movie and not asking her to sing or dance.
Yeah. Now that is actually what this is
that's
like. Equivalent.
Yeah. It's insane. Idina Menzel is like one of our best voices that exists. Period.
Here's the thing is like Beyonce, when she talks, sounds like she's singing.
Yeah,
Her
yeah.
and Kamala Raleigh was like, and I swear, Houston, if you, and I was like, oh, I heard it.
Yep.
I heard it.
She's starting.
And Idina kind of has that like wide mouth, and you're like, you're singing. You're singing.
You want to be singing.
You want to be
singing. This is
man.
This is just for like dumb, like not dumb, but this is just for anime heads out there. I feel like Beyonce is Goku and Gohan always in Super Saiyan form to train for Cell. She's always singing. So that's why she's such a good singer, because she's consistently singing at all times, even when she's speaking.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
And so for Idina Menzel in this movie, they said, actually, the hair's not gold.
Yeah.
You're gonna not be Super Saiyan. You're not even gonna be Saiyan.
Yeah. You're just going to be there.
You're going to be Sai.
Is there, by the way, a Saiyan?
Yeah. That's their race. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. I watched Dragon Ball Z a lot as a kid. I don't remember.
But she was giving like very healthy boundaries in this film. Like when, well, first of all, we have to talk about how the biggest guilt of this movie was that McDreamy took in a woman off the streets of New York City.
Yeah, he would
who
never do
was
that.
living in Delulu land.
But he loves his daughter, and his daughter was just like, oh, ooh, yeah, I love her.
If she was not
She's great.
hot, this would have never happened.
Also, you say that Idina Menzel is putting healthy boundaries. I don't understand how she didn't roast this guy's ass
it's just
immediately.
Like, you
'Cause he was in
cannot
front of
have
her
a
child.
lady in your house. You can't have them living with
She was mad at him, but one bouquet of flowers, and she is back.
They had live turtle doves in them.
Yeah, it's sick.
That's insane.
Okay,
You're
sure.
right. Okay,
That was
I'm on
worth
board.
it.
All right.
If a man sends me a bouquet with live animals,
No.
I'm marrying the man.
No, get the fuck out of here. That
Let me
wouldn't
have a
count.
puppy for like 3 hours.
No, because then
All is
she
forgiven.
wouldn't be allowed to live in the house anymore. She still lived there.
Yeah, okay, fair. They did just like let her stay. We never addressed that again.
She doesn't just clean, she cleans with the help of the wildlife.
Yeah.
And so she calls in the woodland creatures, but of course in New York City, the woodland creatures are rats and pigeons.
Cockroaches.
And the rudest shot. I'm feeling safe. I'm in my home.
Yep.
This is a Disney film.
Yeah.
Family movie. I feel comfortable.
Same.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
roaches explode out of a bathtub drain.
Yep. To song.
Yeah. To song.
I haven't hated a shot more
Yeah.
since the cockroaches in Cats.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's equally hateable.
I just there's to me no excuse to ever put them.
No.
Yeah, and I get what they were trying to do, like hee hee ha, New York bitch. They do a whole song, dance,
Yeah.
cleaning.
Of just this whole thing. And then there's also like we got it with the rats, buddy.
Yeah, we
like,
could've done rats
we
and
got it with the
pigeons.
rats and the pigeons.
Yeah.
That's we get the bit. You
do
don't
bed
have
bugs.
to put in.
Do anything else.
Yeah. I didn't even understand why the flies came in. What did the flies do?
I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't. They weren't helpful at
They
all.
were just there.
Yeah.
It was just a bit.
Yeah.
McDreamy,
Mm.
Patrick Dempsey,
Yes.
for those not initiated.
Two-time 24 Hours of Le Mans winner, Patrick Dempsey.
Is he now?
Yes, he is.
Wow.
Tell me more.
He races
swag
cars
like that, man.
He's one of you.
He's one of us. He's one of
He's
us.
a tuner.
He's
a tuner head.
Yeah, he's been racing Porsche since he was small, and so or since he was young. Anyway, not small.
Referring to someone as small when that you meant young is so funny. It's like he
why?
was little and he grew big. Like he
Yeah,
was
what do
still
you
just
mean?
him but tinier.
What do you mean?
When you said when he was small, I don't know, that was really funny.
He's just so handsome.
He is.
You know,
It's-
I'm going to say something a little
No.
controversial.
Kelsey,
No.
I'm going to say it.
take a lap.
I thought this was a safe space.
Kelsey, take a lap.
No.
Take a lap.
He's hot dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot dad, that's it.
Yeah.
But
We have established on this show a single father is the
Hot.
hottest person there can be. He's a
Yes.
single father
Mhm.
with a nice
looking,
timbre to
Structure.
his voice.
yeah,
He's got the jaws. He's got the hair.
Yeah.
He's got the calmness.
yeah.
And
Mhm.
what shocks me about him is the way that he's able to pull off what I would qualify as kind of dork clothing.
It's unfashionable, and I think the problem is I've seen him in a lot of him playing a guy in New York City movies. He's also in that Katherine Heigl Best Friends one,
27 Dresses.
that one. And it's just giving like, learn your lesson, brother. And then he loses Meredith in Grey's Anatomy. It's just like, I can't keep seeing him be the affable dum-dum losing bitches over and over again in New York City. I think that's what makes me turned off a little
Oh, wait.
bit by
You know
him.
what's funny? He's not in 27 Dresses, but James Marsden is.
Oh.
Whoa.
Okay. There it is.
Wait, what's
get
the
him
one
mixed
where
up.
it's his best friend and they go to Ireland or
My
something
Best
together,
Friend's
or
Wedding?
Scotland,
Sorry.
and he's like the best friend. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Look it
Oh,
up.
is it like
Maid of Honor.
hell yeah.
Maid of Honor with this hot piece of ass. What's her name? Y'all love her. Y'all love her. Michelle Monaghan. Mahogany.
Oh, I do like her.
We love her on this pod. You think she's a bad bitch? Speaking of motherfucking baddies,
Yes, I do.
can we talk about this queen?
Which one?
The cartoon.
Susan Sarandon in the fucking house.
Always bad. Every single time.
But why extra as a cartoon queen?
She was a hot cartoon.
It was serving eyeshadow.
She was hot as human.
Of course, it's Susan
Sarandon. I will say that this is also really good animation up top. It's like shocking, and it's maybe because it's only bookending the movie, and so you get to like throw a lot of funds into it.
They were like 100 animators for 10 minutes.
Right, yeah. So like but it is sensational animation, and everybody just looks really nice, and it's very like fluid and all that. There's probably a shit ton of frames in that. Yeah, so like everybody looks hot as shit.
But she was like unnecessarily hot where you were like, is it a children's movie?
Right.
You know? Yeah. Supposedly.
I think that was them trying to appeal to more
She's serving
adult audience.
Breasticles. When she comes into the real world and it's at the ball, it's giving they shadowed her titties, tatas up, and I was very pleased.
They shadowed them up?
Yeah,
Listen,
they give a little contour.
I don't think you need to contour Susan Sarandon. I'm going to be real and probably wrong.
This is Hollywood, baby. They do it whether you need it or not.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
You want to talk about heavy naturals?
I want to talk about
She's
heavy
got some
naturals.
heavy naturals.
Susan be bringing the heat.
Heavy
Even
naturals.
as a dragon.
That was a buxom dragon.
Yeah. that was a dragon that donkey would fuck.
That is. That's a dragon I would fuck.
Eddie Murphy bursts onto the movie.
Yeah, he's like, God
okay,
damn.
you're given the opportunity to. No one would know about it, but it's just offered to you by like some mythical creature.
A dragon?
They're like, do you want to fuck a dragon? Are you doing it?
You're
not going to get hurt.
What does it entail? Is it like,
You got to figure that out.
I don't know, but I'm trying to. You gotta sell the sexual attraction of a dragon.
It looks like her, Susan Sarandon, in this movie.
The dragon
the
in
blue
this movie?
one. Yeah.
I would say I'm probably not gonna.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I think that dragon was like 4 stories tall.
Yeah.
And I would just kind
it
of
would make
be
your
on
dick
a
look small.
scaly underside.
It would make a dick
Curious.
look.
Jesus
Make
Christ.
your dick look small.
Kelsey, I could literally park my car inside that dragon.
Yeah. It's like, what
Weird
am I
name
even
for your
doing?
cock, but okay.
What am I gonna do with
Yeah.
that dragon?
That's what I'm saying. Like, is it enchanting you to where like my entire being is a penis
whole-
or something like that?
I'm just saying, if you were given the opportunity to, wouldn't it be kind of a sick thing to do and get to tell people you did?
I mean, I could tell people I fucked a goat. It's not.
Yeah, it's not
something
cool.
I'm trying to
It's
do.
bestiality if it's a mythical creature,
Yeah,
and it's actually inhabited by a woman, Susan Sarandon.
No, it's called mythicality.
Yeah.
Mythicality.
Yeah, it does sound like a.
All right, that's enough
Mortal
about that
Kombat
hot
thing.
dragon.
No, I don't think so. I think that's.
Listen.
I think this is on
fine, we
track
can
with
move
the
on.
film. This is very much on track with
Okay.
the film because the film asked you, what about all of these weird things from storybook that
You're right.
you would bring into the real world?
Because you know
like?
what made me the wettest was Susan Sarandon as that old bitch. Dressed up as the old witch bitch.
What?
Where
the
she had no
fuck?
fucking teeth and she
Yeah.
went, y'all remember that fucking part?
Yeah. You're
Did anybody
telling me-
else go, ooh.
Stop
No.
it.
Why did she do that tongue flick?
You're telling me that the shot. I'm just gonna break this down real slow.
Yeah, let's see it.
Susan Sarandon
Yeah.
as the wicked old lady.
Yep.
You know, if you think of Snow White, if you haven't seen Enchanted, just
It was
picture
exactly her.
picture the old evil hag.
Yeah.
Is what they, with the cloak,
No front teeth.
wart on her nose, missing teeth, and she goes up to Amy Adams and wants her to bite the apple, and she flicks her tongue as such. And you're telling
She doesn't slurp.
no,
She flicks.
if you okay, and you're telling me that moment.
Why did they put that in there?
I will tell you, but please continue.
Why'd they do
I
it?
have nothing to say.
Oh, you said no. You're saying like that moment.
Why did they
made
leave
you
that
wet.
in?
Because it's akin to Hannibal fucking Lecter, because that's what he does in Silence of the Lambs.
It was giving like, I know what I'm doing with my tongue.
Oh my God.
Maybe
no.
like a little dragon nod.
No.
I don't know.
It's
It wasn't a suck. It was a flick.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
are
it's
the
that same
first
thing.
and
It is
only
literally
person in
inside.
history
Yeah.
to have been turned on by that moment.
I think it's because I know it's Susan Sarandon underneath, and she is like so hot.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm back
She
on board.
hot mama.
There
That's
is.
a MILF. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
I tried to look
I'm
for support. Didn't
I'm
get it. We can move on.
Quite aware.
Yeah.
You have the chipmunk go from the magic world where he can speak to the real world where he can only chirp And I'm gonna tell you what. Hated that fucking chipmunk.
Yeah.
Oh, you hated it?
He should have
Oh,
fucking
I
been able to
hated
speak.
him.
Oh, I thought it was
Because you're gonna tell me that this fucking chipmunk can't speak, but Alvin can? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, not the same worlds. Not
Get the fuck
same
out of
world.
here.
I thought it was a funny twist. Like, oh, your
That-
rules don't work here.
That said, as much as I hated that chipmunk, I think they went too far when they crucified him.
Yeah.
What?
There at one point they put him on a clothes hanger.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They put his little arms up, and that is like
That's
Just
a
giving
lot.
Jesus Christ
Yeah.
on the cross.
chipmunk Jesus.
Yeah. And don't they like stick them with little pins? Safety pins?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Tough.
I was giving a little. Okay,
That's a
Disney. This is why people think
That's
the
what I'm-
Illuminati's in Hollywood.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like that's a little deep for a kids movie.
Don't they do that though all the time? They put that messaging in there, like when
No,
she was
I
like,
mean-
"Is this what it's like to have a mom?" And I was like, "Stop!
Yeah.
I was having fun."
Yeah. I mean, I guess not with Disney stuff traditionally.
Didn't they say like Little Mermaid had a dick in the back?
Yeah, but that was like animators having fun with stuff. It was
Yeah,
just, like,
classic
looking
in
behind.
early Disney. They would like the King Triton, like in the background. There's a rock shaped like a dick. When the lions tussle in Lion King, apparently the
Balls?
No. The dust cloud says sex.
Yeah.
There were some horny animators back in the day.
What a
Yeah.
bunch of goofs.
We need to talk about James Marsden.
Yeah.
Please.
The poofiest sleeves.
What?
That bowl cut?
You,
Those
I
blue
mean,
eyes?
you talk about commitment. This man was fucking committed.
Amazing voice, BT
Jesus.
Dubs?
Yeah.
Him and Amy Adams together?
Right. I didn't know Amy Adams can sing like that.
Of course. That bitch could do
Oh
everything.
yeah, I mean, what can't she? That doesn't
she's
surprise
just
me.
sensational.
He is, yeah, you talk about commitment to the bit. And when we talked about jury duty and how it was
Yeah.
time to praise James Marsden,
Mhm.
we were talking about praising him for this movie that we hadn't even seen yet.
Yeah.
Was this his big breakthrough?
No,
Can't be.
X-Men.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah, he was Cyclops.
Cyclops. It was a
You
big-
guys know I haven't seen like half of the shit you've seen the same way you haven't seen half the shit I've seen.
That's fair.
You just got
You ain't seen half the shit I
You
seen.
You ain't seen.
what I seen. I fucked dragons that
keep
you
it
wouldn't
that
even
way.
dream about. Yeah, I mean, to me, that is one of the true joys of this movie is getting to watch, for both of it is getting to watch dumb cartoon characters
Yeah.
enter New York City.
Yeah.
But whereas Amy Adams' character goes on this journey of growth and realizing maybe I don't want to be the princess that just falls in love, the damsel in distress. Maybe I want to save the McDreamy prince at the end. Maybe I want to go on dates and not just fall in love with the first guy. We love that for her. You know what I love more? A dumb character that stays dumb.
Doesn't
Yeah.
grow whatsoever.
No.
Doesn't need to.
Let him be stupid.
Yeah, be hot.
James Marsden is one of the greatest playing dumb actors that we have.
Yeah, it's-
if I want to be
It's
real.
giving how most women are written.
Wow.
And they nailed
Wow.
it.
He's
Wow.
so good at committing to roles
Yeah.
that I hated him for years because of
Why?
Cyclops.
Mhm.
Oh.
Because he was so good at playing that kind of just like Chad jerk.
Yeah. Is
he
like
bad?
born. He's
No.
just like no. He's just like fuck
Annoying.
that guy.
He's,
I don't know.
I mean, our way in all those X-Men movies is Wolverine, and Wolverine likes Jean Grey. Cyclops is famously dating Jean Grey, and so we see like this.
Sorry,
dick-
I checked out a while ago. I'm so sorry.
Love triangle.
You know what it
God.
was? You dangled your bracelet and I heard the jingle jingle and I
Yeah.
looked away and
So you're a cat, is that what it is?
well, it was so shiny. It looked so
yeah, that's
expensive.
it's a cat
Can I
person.
touch it?
It's all fake.
I'm so sorry.
But getting to watch him in this movie ride on top of a bus and stab his sword through it, watching
Almost killing a woman.
sing his little song.
Yeah.
There's one moment when he gets back to when he and Amy Adams finally reunite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, first you get to see him in the hotel room watching TV, kicking his little feet,
Yeah.
watching the news, the magic mirror. When he and Amy Adams finally reunite, he tries singing to her,
Yeah.
and she won't sing back. And he sings this line. He tries to like mimic her. He goes, "To finish." It's just great.
How about when
Yeah.
he gets nailed by the bikes in Central Park? That's like the most iconic moment of the I've been driven. And you're just like, yeah.
I was also struck by the filming this movie across Manhattan.
Mhm.
What a fucking nightmare that must have been.
Yeah.
I thought about that mostly watching
whole
this
movie.
movie. I
Yeah.
was just like, how did they?
How did they
When
pull
did
this
they?
off?
That's
Is
what
that
I think
a
about
like?
Gossip Girl.
Yeah. What was it like?
That's all I can think about.
Yeah, I mean, how much are permits and all of that? How do you pause traffic? Do you just shoot through traffic and then just blur everybody's faces out.
They're shooting in
background.
Times Square
Insane.
a lot.
Yeah.
There's
Insane.
filming in Central Park all across the city. And these are like highly populated areas, as you point out, areas that are not easy to fully shut down.
No.
Yeah.
So you can hold traffic for a second, but you're going to have someone yell. You're going to have someone honk. You're just like, and you are James Marsden in a Prince Charming outfit with poofy sleeves, and you have to commit harder than anyone's ever committed and ignore the fact that everyone's staring at you, ignore the fact that people are taking pictures on their cell phones.
Yeah.
You are in this with the most distractions around you possible.
But do you feel like with New York, nobody cares?
Yes. So I was going to say, I lived in New York City. No big deal.
Wow, very cool.
And this was like a thing where it was like, people knew that there were celebrities there. They knew that this was like a big budget thing. And New Yorkers are so cool that they would be like, we don't care. And anyone that was there, like taking pictures or whatever, was fucking lame and was from out of town. As a tourist.
Oh, well,
and
there's no one out of town in Times Square.
And they have people on set that are, their whole job is to wrangle and shush people.
I've done that job before.
Have you?
Oh, wow.
I have.
How
Called
was it?
being a man, am I right?
Yeah, no, I was a PA.
Dudes. Anyway.
It is. I actually don't think that the movie always looks that great. I'm not trying to be mean, but like there's some scenes, like especially in the park, where I'm like, like there's this whole dance number. I'm like, but it's because they were filming out in the real fucking world, and like you have to think of like you're just dealing with the sun at that point.
Yeah, you
sun and silks.
get the shots that you can, right? Like my buddy was telling me about how people steal shots in New York because technically, if you put the camera on the floor, and like if somebody who is an officer of the law comes up to you and is like, hey, where's your permit for filming? And then you put the camera on the floor and you're just like, I'm not filming anything. They can't do anything about it.
Oh,
It's very funny.
interesting. So it has to be in your hands
It
or
has
in
to
a
be
rig?
in your hand. You have to be physically
Holding
filming.
Yeah, they're fun. I know in LA the loophole is that as long as you don't have sticks, tripod, you're fair game. So like, I think like monopods are fair game if I remember correctly.
That's really funny.
I used to care more about that loophole. Now we get permits.
Yeah, and also now we have cell phones. It's
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Now it
yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
fucking
Use your
matter.
literally shooting movies on iPhones.
I want to make sure that are we done talking about James Marsden?
Are we ever?
I mean, he's great. Jury Duty's fantastic. All of that. Yeah.
Do you guys have anything to say about the How Does She Know song? Because that to me was the movie.
Oh, the How Does She Know the Reggae back in the Central Park?
How
Yeah.
does she
That was what
know
we were talking
that she
about.
loves
Such a
her?
beautiful song.
This
Oh,
soundtrack
yes.
for being
Yeah,
musical.
that is beautiful.
It's
I was
pretty
going to
good.
get mad about it being reggae. And I was like, no. The only thing I was like really mad about is that she touched a black woman's hair.
That moment.
I was like, get the fuck out of her hair.
I wrote a couple.
Jesus Christ.
She fully sees a black woman, and the first question she says is, "Can I touch your hair?"
Your hair is
Yeah.
beautiful. I don't
Her hair
even
is
think she
beautiful.
asked.
No, she just touched it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she just touched it.
And I was like, are they
Here, look
trying
at
to
the way
lean
her-
into that
Yeah.
she really is a fucking out of this world, like dumb? or-
No, they weren't. They weren't at
Yeah.
all. They kind of were just.
The character was
doing it.
touched.
It almost
character was
begs to. Do they have any black people in Anastasia or whatever it's called?
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah,
They have a queen. They have a prince.
Yeah.
And they have
yeah,
her?
woodland animals.
This is Disney, like somebody leaning over somebody else's shoulder and saying, like, no, don't make fun of us that much.
Yeah,
And
fair.
say, and you know, because you could easily go down the avenue of like, no Disney movie has a black person in it.
Oh,
And so if you animate a Disney movie and have that princess go into the real world, of course you wouldn't know what black people look like. And of course
Crazy.
you wouldn't know how to interact with them.
Yep.
And then you send that off and then somebody says, hey, can you take that part out?
golly. But someone left that in. Someone fully said send it.
No, somebody
it
left
to print.
They left half of it in.
Golly.
Yeah, well, it would be awesome to find out that this was originally a PG-13 movie,
Yeah.
and Disney was like, no,
No.
because
It's much. I mean, I said this earlier. It's pretty mature. Like the whole reason why Patrick Dempsey lets her stay in his house is because he sees her naked.
He wants to smash.
Because he was like, oh, goddamn.
Yeah.
That's
there
not in a
is
Disney movie.
okay. There is a moment where they almost kiss for the first time. He's
Very,
moment.
very crazy.
He's in a robe, chest exposed,
Testicles out.
Yeah.
chest hair
Yep.
bumping out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets mad at him.
She's wet.
I don't remember why she gets mad, but she's like, I'm mad.
angry.
Oh, I'm mad. And she gets excited because this is the first time she's ever.
angry.
She's always been a
And I'm like, bitch,
delightful
you just
person.
came. That's what that sounds like.
And then she's excited that she's angry.
Just quick timeout. All of the noises she was making. If I literally watched this on my phone.
Sounds like you were watching.
And I
As the director intended.
As the director intended. I apologize for all the people who put all of this hard work for me to look at it on a small phone, small screen. But if somebody walked past and saw me like huddled over my phone and heard the movie, they would think I'm watching porn. Just like
Dornhub.
just aggressively just playing it on speaker.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You're like,
Okay.
I'm angry.
I'm angry.
Yeah.
And then she
I'm angry.
touches his fucking bare chest.
Right. So she's like, I'm angry. And then
And
she's
what does
happy
she
that
do?
she's angry. And then her hand, like it's almost like she just for the first time in her life discovered I have genitalia and
Yeah.
I suddenly feel it.
I've got hands. What
Yeah.
can I do with these hands?
And her hand goes up to his chest and they both lean in. And then he just goes, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
This is,
Hey, we're not going to do it.
It's a crazy moment because
Yeah.
nothing in that scene says we should kiss now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And already like him coming out with his chest goes out like, what you, Robert?
What you trying to? You know what
Robert,
you're doing.
you know what
Doc.
you
You
doing,
know what
boy.
you're doing, boy.
Yeah, you got to wait for true love's kiss at the end.
I'm just saying, in that moment, shame on you, Robert. You knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
He was baiting her.
Yeah. But I want to give us time to talk about the ending because I think the ending of this movie has so many insane machinations and story beats.
What word did you just say?
Machinations.
What the fuck
Think
does
about
that
machine
Hell yeah.
parts.
Yeah.
Moving
Oh.
part. It is, we know where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
She's with the prince, but she needs to discover that she's not right for him. McDreamy needs to discover I don't like Idina Menzel because she never sings to me. Like you need to go through all of these moving parts. You need to give everyone a happy ending because it's Disney. We got to make sure that our boy Marsden ends up with someone. So they go to this ball. It is a ball that Idina Menzel has been promised with the turtle dove flower bouquet, which is really just our excuse to get Patrick Dempsey in a Prince outfit. Where this man found this outfit, I don't know.
If you rented
What
that
do you
shit
mean?
for $500 in New York.
It's New York.
That's
They have
expensive.
everything.
Also, Garrick pointed out a really fun thing is that at the end, you're seeing everybody else in the Renaissance costumes and she's in the normal outfit.
Yeah. And you swap. You get a nice
You swap.
little, as
version.
she's coming down
She's
to
a regular
earth.
girl.
She's coming down to earth. She's not singing anymore. He's trying to embrace the enchantment.
The enchantment.
Yeah.
We love to see that.
It's beautiful.
And you have them there. You have James Marsden on his date with Amy Adams. You have Patrick Dempsey on his date with Idina Menzel. However, how possibly are we going to get our characters to get together? Well, lucky for you, as soon as they get to the dance, it's time, everyone, for the King and Queen's Ball dance, where we ask you to dance with someone you didn't bring tonight.
I loved that part.
They play the most romantic song of the fucking... When they walk in, it's like a waltz. It's like, welcome everybody to the dance. And then they say, hey, cast your date aside.
Yeah.
This is now a swingers party.
Swingers party. This movie is swingers.
Because then later, also swinger coded, when Idina Menzel is like, go ahead, Patrick.
Oh, I'm
kiss
not
her."
ready to talk about that.
And we were like,
What?
I've been to one of these before. All right, there's a bowl with a bunch of keys in it.
it is
Yeah,
such
flamingos on the
a
lawn.
slow, sultry, romantic.
Yeah.
And what follows is a beautiful dance.
Yeah. And also, if you're from New York and you go to that ball and then you hear the king and queen, I'm sorry, I'm hitting this thing and making noise. And you hear the king and queen dance is coming out. You got to do this whole thing where you dance with somebody that you didn't bring. And then the DJ plays the most sultry song. He starts playing like Boys to Men. I'm fighting that DJ.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
throwing
I'm
Shit starter.
throwing so
Absolute
many
shit starter.
like no, I'm not gonna fucking let you.
Nobody's
dance.
making him do that.
No,
That's
yeah,
his choice.
you chose
the
to do that.
organizers of this event did not request
Right.
that.
And I'm not trying to say that my partner is just so wooed by Boys to Men and dancing with
What?
somebody else that
makes
they
you
would
feel-
leave me.
It
But
does. It does have
you
an
don't
effect.
know that.
They stirring shit.
They're stirring shit. It's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck do you think? What the fuck is your problem?
macaroni in the pot. They're stirring shit.
I still can't believe you guys had never heard put the spinach with the macaroni.
What a callback.
That has bothered me all week.
Oh my God.
Because I've said it in other like meetings and instances, and now I got myself questioning if I made that up.
I think if you were saying it in meetings, people were like, yeah, I mean, that might be something.
I think I just said it with so much fucking
Needs
confidence
confidence,
for years that it's become a thing.
Yeah. Again, like idioms aren't real. Just
Thank
make
you.
them up.
Then we get to the true love's kiss moment. Of course, if we're going to be doing a play on all of the damsel in distress Disney princesses of old, you got to have Sleeping Beauty.
Duh. The poison apple.
Yeah.
It's what's it called?
Every
Trope?
every trope, every fucking
Yeah.
princess loves an apple. They're like the opposite of doctors. Hey yo.
It's like
Shout out to we have a new show called Drop in the City, which is a scavenger hunt show. We had Rachel Zegler as part of like the prize at the end. She plays Snow White in the new
that's right.
movie. So if you haven't seen Drop in the City, it's like maybe the best thing that we've made in years. It's so good.
Where
But
can they watch that?
on second try.
Duh.
Oh.
But we're telling her about the scavenger hunt, and one of the things we had to do, we're like, we rode bikes, we had to give out apples to strangers, and she just goes immediately, usually doesn't end well.
Nice.
Just a
Love
great
her.
joke.
She's
Nice.
adorable.
Real sharp.
Homegirl eats the apple.
Yeah.
The number one classic. Do not do it. But the apples are delicious red.
Also, what the fuck is up with princesses trusting like haggardy old women?
Because we've been told that bitches stick together our whole lives and respect our elders, and like she must know something I don't.
Bitches stick together, Garrick.
You don't have to listen. Don't listen.
Garrick, the thing you're missing here is that bitches stick together.
Yeah,
you're
like
right.
if an old woman hands you an apple, like it would be fucking rude when I just chuck it
Yeah.
at her.
That's
Especially
bad
after-
advice. It's bad advice. No,
I agree.
Especially after she does that little tongue flip.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
god,
yeah. Yo,
who could
bitch,
forget?
It's like I want to stick together on that mouth. That's
Garrick said it, not me.
So watching a live action Sleeping Beauty scene,
Yeah.
hit different.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
James Marsden goes in for the smooch. The smooch,
And?
smooch doesn't work.
Mm.
And then everyone looks to Patrick Dempsey like, you got to do it. And you mentioned before, Kelsey,
This is the best moment
it's crazy to me.
because you're like, I'm sorry, what? Idina Menzel says, "Go on, do it."
That
You
is
can-
not,
you
and
know
it's
it.
It's
just
okay.
It's
know
just
it.
because the movie's like, well, we have like a whole
they're-
dragon scene after
they're
this. Like, we're going to do
Uh-huh.
another climax. We need to see Amy
Sure.
Adams not. Like, this actually isn't our climax
Listen,
because I
hey.
want to see Amy Adams become the hero.
Hey,
so we have to get
I'm
through
not here
this
to judge.
Sleeping Beauty thing really quick.
Yeah.
He's true love.
Uh-huh.
Idina Menzel needs to be okay with this. So what you just watch is this quick, like, boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
where all these characters are suddenly just okay
Yeah.
with the fact that their partners are about to cheat on them in front of them.
Right.
Yeah, and she's kind of into it the way she sounds.
Yeah, because they're swingers.
Yeah.
This movie is about swinging.
and like she just goes smoochy smoochy with James Marsden a second ago, and it's like, well, hey, we're all kind of doing it. You know, if you do it, I'll do it.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But what's
you go first.
We're a quadruple? Quadruple?
A constellation.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
Yeah, because
I
you
like
can have
that.
like a star there, and like this one reaches out to this branch, but this one's like the center. Yeah.
I've heard also of couples where like, okay, Kelsey in the middle.
Mhm.
Kelsey has a boyfriend.
Mhm.
Kelsey has a girlfriend, but the boyfriend and girlfriend, they don't
Yeah,
touch.
that's called a metamor. So like my partner has a metamor, which is my other partner. That
Huh.
they don't need to do the dirty.
And then sometimes they're not even attracted to each other.
No,
and
they
the
don't
whole
always have to be.
kind of-
I at first thought like that would be crazy if we both weren't attracted to the same people, and then I was like, wait, no, it would be crazy if we were attracted to all of the same people. This isn't that podcast.
I'm
You can
sorry.
go listen to
I'm
Confidently
sorry.
Insecure if you want to hear
I
more
don't
about
understand
this.
how that works. I'm sorry. A metamor.
It's like my two partners
Yeah.
that they don't need to sexually interact ever.
Yeah.
So like I can have a girlfriend who never kisses my boyfriend.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they know about each other.
Yeah.
Why did you guys have to put such a fancy title on
It
side
does sound,
piece?
it's giving like very ACOTAR. It's very like my metamor.
Okay.
I'm
Yes, the
like,
metamor.
imagine imagine if me and LaCroix are dating.
Yeah.
And then I'm also dating Garrick.
Yeah.
Okay.
And LaCroix is
Hot.
also dating Kelsey. But
Oh.
I don't date Kelsey, and LaCroix doesn't date Garrick, and Garrick and Kelsey aren't attracted to each other.
That's
Yeah.
like a
It just
perfect constellation.
blows my mind.
That
Yeah.
is a consolation.
That can be a constellation, yeah. But it also just sounds like you're in an open
You're in an
relationship
open
with
li-
LaCroix,
yeah.
and we just happen to be two.
Two people.
Yeah.
Mm.
If like we all knew each other though and hung out and like
Yeah.
hung out in a house together, that could be a constellation.
Okay, back to
Yeah.
the kiss.
Yeah.
So you have the James Marsden moment, which I actually like found like, oh, funny. He's kissing her and nothing's happening and whatever. And then you have what's supposed to be the romantic Patrick Dempsey moment. And I'm not going to be able to do it justice on this audio podcast.
At all.
But the shots that it cuts to,
You do have to see it yourself.
they are uncomfortable.
Oh.
It's not great.
It is like this weird, almost like
Don't.
too close
Kiss
wide angle. And like
a
he like picks up her
sleeping
limp gray body.
Why is her
person.
body so gray?
So gray.
I know she just got poisoned, but like, damn, we used to still have a little color in her.
Also, the person giving consent is not the person that is being touched
Yeah.
in a sexual way.
You
Let's,
guys definitely should stay away from ACOTAR then, because there's this whole theory about like having a mate where like whether you like it or not, the cauldron gives you a mate and it's like your person, and like the men feel like they have ownership over the women, and like you have this unspeakable bond that no one else knows about and can understand because it's like your mate. And I'm like, it's giving breeding, you know? It's giving.
I mean, but also if you like twist it to a soulmate type thing, then
It's hot suddenly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what? Don't tell. I am gonna read ACOTAR, and you can't stop me.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
think
read
you
it.
should.
And I'm
So
gonna
what?
love it.
I feel
So
like
what?
Seki would like it.
Yeah,
I don't know
she
if she's a fan. I'm not a fantasy girly. I'm doing it purely just to keep up with the culture.
Actually, she might. She
Yeah.
was a Twilight girl.
Oh yeah,
She'd
she's
love it. She might
It's
love it.
imprinting.
Yeah.
Oh, hell
Jacob
yeah.
on a baby. Yeah.
Weird.
So
Weird.
Amy Adams comes back to life, but the movie's not done because Susan Sarandon turns into a baddie dragon.
Hot dragon.
And really that's just so that we can see Amy Adams, who has twice fallen into the arms of her
Lover.
love-to-be. We get to see her become the prince, the knight
daddy.
in shining armor. A moment that I would like better if, one, it were better executed, or two, if they didn't have the dragon say, "Oh, now he's the damsel in distress. What a twist!" And it's like,
But the
yeah, dragon, I
children-
fucking got
We
it.
saw
No,
it.
but the children needed to understand.
Yeah, and it's also in 2007.
Feminism's very complex. Okay. They need a handbook. They don't understand.
I can't even say that the timing was it because Shrek did it perfectly 6 years prior.
Brother, your chair has been farting this
Oh, yeah.
whole show,
love
and
that.
it has made me giggle every time.
Last things I'm going to say, Patrick Dempsey lived on 116th and Riverside. That is beautiful real estate.
that is
gorgeous
expensive.
house. That
Wasn't
man
it
got
on the edge of Central Park in one shot though?
no, his home 116th. He lives on like the river.
Yeah,
Riverside.
but there's a shot where she's on the balcony and it zooms out and it's Central Park, and I was like, wait, bitch, how did that happen?
No, that would have been I don't know the name of the park, but it's like on the river.
Cool.
I don't know. I didn't trust.
He lives
the
by
map,
Columbia,
which is expensive. Columbus Circle.
beautiful.
That's
No.
some expensive real estate.
No, Columbus
That's 80th,
Circle is
you're right.
50 blocks away.
Yeah, you're right.
You guys ready for some fun facts?
Fun facts with Zach's back.
I don't understand how you remember locations like that.
Well,
That's
he's
a
from
grid.
New York.
Yeah.
Oh, also, she gets into the subway at Times Square,
Uh-huh.
and then she exits the JMZ,
Which makes
If
no
I'm like,
sense.
what? How many transfers
You-
did this
like
bitch
10.
take?
Too many.
10.
The
Too many.
JMZ is a it's a
Unspeaking.
niche.
Yeah.
It's a niche line.
It's an unspeakable line.
Someone listening is like, "That's my line. Fuck you.
Yeah.
She
I love
only
that
had to
line."
transfer once."
Yeah.
And walk 15
I'm just
blocks.
saying she went downtown and then went back uptown.
Yeah.
It was confusing. All right.
She took a bus, probably.
It's just like you didn't have to shoot it there. And then also he lives in 116th, so that's where you're meeting Patrick Dempsey. So why didn't you just go uptown?
All right, New Yorker, carry on with the fun facts.
I haven't actually read these. Should I take a second?
I read a fun fact earlier. The woman who plays Patrick Dempsey's secretary, the one who's like, who is this woman?
Yeah.
She plays the voice of Ariel in Little Mermaid.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
that is fun.
Uh-huh.
And that is when Disney used to just hire great voice actors before it got ruined by needing stars.
Yeah.
I don't know if she was maybe the singing voice or speaking voice, or if they were one and the same. Anyway.
We talked about how this was filmed in Times Square. When James Marsden was on top of the bus, there are people in the back pointing and laughing. Those are not extras, but real tourists.
I believe it.
On being cast in a movie where she does not sing, Idina Menzel said in an interview that she was flattered to be hired solely as an actress.
Wow.
Sure, but...
How does she feel about the Wicked movie? I want to know.
She's got to be on board.
Cynthia Erivo is going crazy, and I love it.
Oh, I know.
Have you not seen the stuff with her fighting on memes?
It's been like, you don't need to, girl.
Okay.
Where they covered her face?
Yeah.
They covered her eye? I'm like,
dude, that is the most like theater person energy of.
She's ready to be a celebrity.
I worked so hard. Why did you cover my eye? I was like,
it's just also like
that's what the poster is.
Oh my god, like that type of energy. I actually like. I welcome and I need in Broadway. But now that you're doing a press tour, it's like, girl, you're gonna get chewed up.
Yeah.
She's very talented.
She is extremely talented, and
this is
can act and sing, and it's insane. Blah blah blah.
This is a very cute detail. So in the beginning, when we meet Giselle as a cartoon, she's creating this mannequin of her true love. There's this great bit where she's trying to find the lips. She got the lips on.
Giving Coraline.
The outfit that he's wearing is the outfit that Robert wears at the ball at the end of the movie.
Oh, it does. That is a fun fact. I like that.
That's
Good
sweet.
job.
That's a good one.
Okay, so we talked about the That's How You Know musical sequence. That was the most challenging number to shoot in the whole
Central Park. Wow.
It's a 5-minute scene. It took 17 days to finish.
Holy shit.
That's
most movie shootings.
Yeah, that's wild. There was changing weather, which allowed only 7 sunny days for the scene to be filmed. It was also hampered at times by Patrick Dempsey fans.
Oh. Wow.
That's
great.
This
is probably during the peak of his run.
Steamy.
So Disney had plans to add Giselle to their official Disney princess lineup.
Oh.
It was shown in 2007 at a toy fair. They had a Giselle doll that was featured with packaging declaring her official Disney princess status.
Okay.
But Giselle is not an official Disney princess.
Why not?
Because Disney realized that they would have to pay lifelong rights to Amy Adams' likeness and image.
Because it's based off of a real person. Oh, you said Amy Adams said, bitch, give me that bag or take nothing. Wow.
I hate that. Because it's just like, dog, just give her the money. Stop. Leave her alone.
Damn.
I kind of love, though, that like Disney fucked up.
Because Amy Adams wasn't like huge. It wasn't fuck you money yet.
Right. Right.
She was probably like, I'll take it.
So they made this oversight with Jason Weaver. He's the singing voice of Simba, and he did the I just can't wait to be king.
So good.
And he his mom made them pay him royalties. So he is still getting royalties.
Fucking way to go, Mom.
Yeah, good job, Mom.
To this day. And so he's like, I can work if I want to. I can not.
Momagers.
Yeah.
That rips. And by the way, one of the best singing performances in movie history.
And Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Fuck. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, but every time they sing it every time they play it on Broadway, every time they play it in Disneyland, he's getting a check.
Hell yeah, get that check, boy.
That absolutely rips. And with that, on Amy Adams, we said that she was not a huge star at this point. She was an Oscar-nominated actress, but she was up and coming. She auditioned for this movie. Of the 300 actresses who auditioned,
good Lord,
she was number 275.
Wow. Saving the best for last, baby.
Yeah.
And she was the best. There's no other princess.
This is huge because this is is it not Disney's first
live action
princess?
I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was.
You looked me in the eyes and asked me that, and I don't have the answer because this was before their modern run of live action remakes.
Right.
Yeah.
We
just made up a fun fact. We'll take
Disney. I'm gonna look up Disney princesses because, wow. Okay, let's look at the official Disney princesses lineup. They're all animated. Yeah, you're so right.
Oh shit, there it is.
I believe it.
Garrick just found the funnest fact of them all.
And it was friendship along the way.
Go Dodgers.
Guys, I fucking knew it, and I found it right here.
Yeah.
What?
This was a spec script, and wait till I tell you about what Enchanted could have been.
Go
Fuck
on.
yes. Oh my God, they fucking neutered it, didn't they? Oh
on.
shit.
No, get your dog
Please,
spayed and
please,
neutered.
let's get it.
Don't say neutered
Let's
like it's
fucking
a
get
bad
it.
thing.
I'm sorry.
Get your dog spayed and neutered.
They fucking neutered it.
This was a spec script written by Bill Kelly, bought by Disney's Touchstone Pictures and Sonnenfeld Joseph Productions. You don't care about that. This was a spec script written and sold in 1997.
Whoa.
For $450,000, which is a pretty
That's a pretty
damn
good-
good
That's
purchase.
good.
It was written for 3 years. Okay. It was thought to be unsuitable for Disney because it wasn't PG-13. It was a racier R-rated movie.
This wasn't PG-13.
How
This was
the
PG.
fuck
No, I
did
mean,
this
I-
get
at the
bought?
beginning,
I'm sorry.
But why would they even buy it? They wanted to
Fuck
change
yes.
it that
It was
much?
inspired by adult risque comedies of the 80s and 90s, like Fast Times at Ridgemont High
Nice.
and American Pie.
Nice.
fuck?
The first draft had Giselle being mistaken for a stripper when she arrives in New York City.
Oh my God.
So this was like a Disney princess enters the hard
York
and
City.
tough world of New York
Right,
City.
like
and
the
Disney said, we get it.
Yeah.
Come bring it over here. We get it.
Yeah.
We're going to change everything. It's
Yeah. Right. Like the juxtaposition of,
Fish out
animation
water.
to New York. And like if you wanted to tell the story of animation in real life and like have it be as soft as it is, don't choose New York. Choose
Yeah.
somewhere. Choose like Wisconsin or something like that.
Wisconsin. The way you put the whis on the consonant.
Yeah, because I'm upset now. Now I'm mad.
Guys, it gets so much better.
Why?
Okay, so, well, it doesn't get better than that, but there's a lot of good details still to come. So, the film was rewritten several times, much to the frustration of the original screenwriter. Rob Marshall, who directed Chicago, maybe the greatest musical to film adaptation of all time, was attached to direct. He withdrew due to creative differences. Then you got John Turteltaub, who was gonna. He's
so funny.
Fuck you.
He did National Treasure. He did
okay,
Disney's
he's
The
a
Kid.
god then in my
Cool
house.
Runnings. He's done a bunch.
Okay.
I feel like I'm sorry. It's just getting this out there. I feel like he withdrew because he was just like, this is not the thing that I signed on
Yeah,
for.
yeah, probably.
I literally signed on for a rated R movie, and this is very cool. And you guys are
It's very cool
are
runnings.
ruining it.
Then Turteltaub came on. He left. Then you had Jerry Bruckheimer
Oh, wow.
working on
Here
it.
comes the Disneyfication.
Adam Shankman was going to work on it, went away. And then at one point, Disney was considering of offering the role to Kate Hudson or Reese Witherspoon. The film didn't take off. So this is like in development hell for years and
Yeah.
years and years. Finally, Kevin
Shrek
Lima
stole
comes
your
on.
lunch.
Yeah, right. Finally, Shrek
Yeah.
works. So Kevin Lima comes on to direct, which honestly, shame on me because I didn't recognize the name and I didn't look him up. He's an animated film director.
Nice.
Go on.
Directed a couple movies that I think mean something to the room.
What? Is it Puss in Boots?
He was the head of story for The Lion King.
Let's fucking go.
Nice.
He directed
Yes.
a Goofy movie,
Oh shit!
Tarzan,
Fuck!
Oh, fuck.
and was the co-director of The Prince of Egypt.
Oh,
Jesus, bye.
God damn.
An
So they got a
animation
fucking
god.
runner to do
Yeah.
this.
And
They're
this
like,
was
who's
your-
our guy?
And
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, Kevin,
He'll
you've
do
earned
it.
it.
Yeah, you
You're
can do
coming to
this."
live action, baby."
Yeah.
And he crushed it because this was a huge hit. Enchanted.
It was a
Mega hit.
Crazy.
Good for
but
him.
it's crazy to see how much it went through, and honestly makes a lot of sense. It's very cute that they brought Kevin
Yeah.
Lima in because this movie is such a loving homage to Disney to have someone that was
Right, that
in
did
the
it.
Disney animation
Yeah.
golden age.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That makes sense. And then also their bet to like bring it down and bring it down and bring it down and bring it down
Makes sense.
makes sense, and it worked
For him.
It worked for Disney
It
as well.
worked for them, not for us.
Off
You know,
of
it's not for us.
I don't know how much they paid the rewrites and signing these people on, but for $400,000 to make back,
In 97.
Now it's time for us to decide, is this movie a pleasure, a guilty pleasure, or just plain guilty?
Wow. As first time watchers, what do we think?
Yeah. And really, I think for the nostalgia heads out there, for people like Rainie who watched this growing up, who loved it, were you right?
Is it a guilty pleasure?
I will say the stuff that you were talking about, I was like, I don't remember any of that. Like, I don't remember.
So
What do you remember?
Yeah, I don't remember any of that shit, dog. Like, I love this movie.
Honestly, I just suggest shit and y'all say yes or no, and there's here we
What
are.
do you remember from it?
All I remember was I was like, Amy Adams is the most beautiful human being I've ever seen. First and foremost.
Fair.
It's her smile. And it's like her gummy little sweet smile.
Yeah.
Big eyes, no pun
Yeah.
intended. I think it's a guilty pleasure
What is
because
the pun?
it's like
She was in a movie called Big Eyes.
Oh, she was.
Yeah.
Sick.
I think it's got moments that make you I think that's what like a remake of like tropes is, right? The same way like Shrek, you said fucking kick down the door for it. So it's a full piece. Something like this that didn't give its full pussy budget Disney-ocy into it. It didn't.
Yeah, Disney-ocy is a real word.
Disnussy. Disnussy?
Disnussy did not fully give everything we wanted. It felt like a desaturated version of something if they would have been able to redo it now, because they did redo it. They did in 2022 Disenchanted.
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 Wait, did it come out already?
Is that the
In
reverse?
2022, and it like
That's
had
crazy.
a major flop.
Oof.
So I'm giving it a guilty P.
I was about to say like, hey guys, there's a sequel coming out. I didn't realize that we already missed it.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
Oof.
Was this also around the time when everybody's like, I don't want to go into a movie theater? Is that why? Is that one of the reasons why it bombed?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, that could have been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's enough in the window of 2020.
What do you think as an animation head? Is this a P, a GP, or just
I don't
plain
know, because
G?
this movie is fucking delightful. Like
Yeah.
the more and more you just sit and watch through it, it's like I don't know, you get sucked into this true fish out of water story of like somebody, coming from animation to real world, and it feels very much like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but not. And I don't know. It is just nice.
It's a P for you?
I want to say maybe I would say like lowercase g.
Oh, okay.
Pleasure, where I'm like this.
Wait,
no, this is
lowercase
just-
G pleasure?
Yeah,
So lowercase guilt. Okay. I like that.
Lowercase guilty.
Little guilty.
Yeah,
more pleasure.
still capital pleasure. Where I'm
Okay.
like, this is actually it's still just a good movie,
Yeah.
even though Shrek did it in an animated sense and also much better.
Yeah.
This was still executed pretty well,
That's the
and
problem.
it's really down to the
Yeah.
performances.
We just have Shrek to compare it to constantly.
Yeah, we
That's
do
why it
have
won't
Shrek to
be,
compare it to.
yeah.
And then also, like, I was thinking about the computer animation. This was in 2007, right?
That dragon
and
was hot.
that dragon looked real. The chipmunk looked real. It's like, dog, give VFX artists
More
time.
money. Yeah.
Give them more money and give them time, because what's going on now with modern CGI films or CGI in films, you're watching this like barrier kind of just crumble, where you're just like, I could have swore back in the early 2000s, it was pretty 1-to-1. I could barely tell the difference, and all the lighting looked correct, and you're just realizing it's because they're giving them less time and they're doing reshoots more and all that stuff. Stop doing that.
We're gonna have to go see Wicked to decide if that is still true. So we'll have to do Wicked on this podcast.
I can't call this movie a full pleasure. I think it's delightful, but I think it misses the mark. It's short one or two great set pieces.
And songs, I would say.
It's one or two away from being truly great. It's got Amy the performances are there. The concept is there. We didn't even talk about the moment when she first gets to New York City, when she falls at the bottom of the well and she's upside down
beautiful.
looking at this
Beautiful
strings
animation.
of
Sparkly
light poking
lights.
through. Amazing.
Yeah.
So fun. How does he know that
does
song?
she know?
That song is great. And if you just had maybe one more of those, or if we had ended on a musical
Big
number
number.
instead of a kind of mad
Montage.
dragon fight, I think I would feel a little differently.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
I
all
think-
in
I-
agreement.
it also-
Low G, full P.
Right.
Sure.
That
Yeah.
is what feels encompassing.
Yeah, that's what it
It's
feels
a
like.
little guilty, but it was still fun to watch.
Right. Yeah. And then like going back, and I feel like with our more adult brains, we're like, hey, I wish this was a little bit more raunchy. When in actuality, if you saw this back in 2007 and was around what was being put out, you'd be like, yeah, this is great.
It's just, to me, it's such a great premise with such great execution, but missing maybe some of the teeth, but really like it doesn't fully explore the premise in the way
Missing
that
the
I would
teeth.
have wanted to.
Like the old queen was when she was that old witch woman.
You keep on going
I'm
back
sorry,
to
you
this.
said missing the teeth, and that's the first thing that I'm
Wow.
sorry.
Amy Adams, you're great. James
Yep.
Marsden, you're the GOAT.
Yep.
Patrick
Pat
Dempsey.
Dempsey, you're mad
Stay daddy.
handsome, and you're
And
a great
Susan
driver.
Sarandon,
Susan
daddy.
God damn.
She's a dragon.
Let us know what you thought of Enchanted. Does it hold up? Is it one of your faves? What did we mess up? What did we miss?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Put us in our damn place.
No, we're
Please.
perfect.
Someone's gotta.
Yeah.
I'm at Corn Diddy on all the things.
I'm Kelsey Darragh and all the
I'm
things.
Garrick Bernard on all the things.
And until next time, how does he know that?
Dreaming of a true. You went to the other song.
How does he know that he loves her?